From LALATE headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Afternoons LALATE.
It's a big afternoon of Afternoons LA with incredible great news. Just for stimulus check update of 2021. The House of Representatives has passed the incredible recon, and off to the Senate we go. And the senators will add more checks to this incredible recon that are already in there. Those checks already in that incredible recon pay you about $15,000. That's to start. But no time or place to wait for fourth stimulus to become a law, because guess what? Third stimulus is paying thousands of dollars right now. In this recording, we're going to look back at the last 7 days and the incredible viewers who have gotten thousands of dollars to pay their bills this week. You can get on average of $45,000. I'll go over all this incredible money in this recording. Then we turn to the exciting details of student loan debt forgiveness. More debt is forgiven, and then fifth stimulus, which heats up in January. You want that fifth stimulus, especially if you're on SSI and SSDI. Then we'll be turning to the excitements of frame wars as Americans turn left and right and don't see eye to eye when it comes to their prescription medication and their frames, part of the fourth stimulus battleground. Those details and more, everything's here except half of my voice. But get Bernie to do my voice, LALATE's voice, every month for 6 months at least. We got those details and more coming up in a beautiful afternoon's recording. I'm excited you're here. We got a lot of money, a lot of breaking news. I'm excited you're here, and it starts right here, right now, direct from Santa Monica, California, on this afternoon's LALATE. House of Representatives passed your incredible recon. That'll pay you a lot of money, upwards of $15,000 across many checks. You're going to get this money. And that's before the Senate gets their hands on it, because they're going to add more money to it. What is it? I go over all this money and how you get it in this recording. But no time and place to wait for fourth stimulus to become a law, because third stimulus is paying out money. And today we look at the big success stories of the last 7 days. Viewers on average have gotten $45,000. You can as well. Student loan debt forgiveness, we're going to look back to that. And then we're going to look forward to fifth stimulus, which heats up in January. Plus the excitement of frame wars and more. We got a big, bold afternoon's recording. I'm excited you're here. And this, my friends, is LALATE. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this incredible family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes. And consider becoming a member. In this recording, we got a lot to go over. We're first going to go over this incredible recon that passed the House of Representatives. Then we're going to go over the Senate changes they're going to add in there, the checks you're going to get from this incredible fourth stimulus recon. And then we take a step back into third stimulus land with the big money available for you right now. And I have some new success stories from viewers who got money this week from third stimulus. You can as well. Then we turn forward to fifth stimulus. We got a big recording, and we're going to start right now. The incredible news when you look at this fourth stimulus recon is there's lots of checks in there, several checks, many checks that'll pay you on average about $15,000. And that is where the news is, that is where the focus is, and that's where the moolah is. In this recording, we're going to go over each of these clusters of checks, but let's start with the first one of three, with those two add-ons that pay you on average about $15,000 under fourth stimulus recon. Here we go to cluster number one. Hazard Pay, they got in there. That earned income tax credit for 1 more year. They got the money for the elder care for $4,000. They got the money for young children's care. They got the CTC with the child tax credit. They got that money in there of $3,600 for 1 year. They got also in there the Pell Grant $550 checks for individuals. And then finally, they got the home repairs, really deliciousness, the free home repairs if you live in a low-income community, and also the big money for the $12,500 for the purchase price of your new electric car. Then first add-on comes from Maxine Waters. It's incredible. And that first add-on from Maxine Waters is money to go buy your first home. Wow. $25,000? No, a little bit less. She got that money in there. And that is coming up in later in this video. How to get this money. Stay with me. I show you how to get all this incredible money later in this recording. Let's go. The second cluster checks passed. Home repairs and also paid leave got in there. What else got in there? They got in there the household tax credit, pre-kindergarten as well. That's a front-end check. The home repairs is this time for weatherizing your home. You need to weatherize your home to be in the holiday spirit. No, that's winterizing your home. This is weatherizing your home, and it's incredible. You need to do it, especially if you see Joe Manchin's Maserati pulling up. Do it quickly. Lock the gates. Let's go to the second add-on. It comes from Bob Casey. And that incredible add-on from Bob Casey is $250 billion of home health care. Wow, this is incredible. And that big home health care, he wanted $250. He got a little bit less. And it's for seniors and people on disabilities. That is huge. Now let's turn to the third cluster of checks that pass, and here comes the deliciousness. Here we go. Seniors and free internet. In this first cluster, they have free school meals for all, tax break checks, then they have cheaper prescription medication, immigration reform. They have free internet, farmers money. Then they have clean energy out. They have workers' protection in there, independent contractors, and they have the Medicare expansion. 3 types of Medicare expansion not in there, 2 are in there, and 3 are coming. What's going on? The House bill that passed this week has 2 items of Medicare expansion. First, the Medicaid gap states, and then second, the hearing aid. The 2 add-ons are coming, the 3 add-ons are coming from Bernie Sanders, lowering the eligibility age of Medicare, 1, then dental, 2, and then vision coming in as 3rd. It's incredible. And that shows you what you have to do with this recon, because you have to advocate to add stuff in there. The senators, they say they have a lot of work to do, and they do have a lot of work to do. And now recon is an item in flux. And one of the items that they vow to add in there is MSC, monthly IRS stimulus check. You need to advocate for its inclusion. The last time the senators talked about it, they want to do $2,000 the first month, $1,000 thereafter for 6 months. You need to advocate. Now, what are the eligibility? They say the eligibility would be the same as third stimulus. Single individual, $75,000 or less, you get it. Married couple, $150,000 or less, that they got it. Double it. Family of 4, they got it. Quadruple it. And if you're on benefits, SSI or SSDI, you got a third stimulus check as well. The 6 senators are the ones you want to advocate to. They represent, they want to do it. The 2 S's, the 2 S, 2 C's, and the 2 W's. Casey Coons, Warren Wyden, and Sanders Schumer. You need to pick up the phone and advocate. But dedicate your time in a given week to advocate and also to get the money under third stimulus. You don't have to wait for fourth stimulus because third stimulus is still paying out, and it's paying out on average $45,000. I'm going to show you in the second half of this video the viewers who have gotten thousands of dollars this week. Congratulations to them. You may have seen them. They've been on the live chats. They have heard of the recordings. No time or place to wait for fourth stimulus to pay your bills. Third stimulus is available right now to pay your bills, and it's coming up in the second half, plus the excitement of fourth stimulus with $15,000 of checks to start, but other checks are being vowed to be added by the senators. We're going to turn to student loan debt forgiveness and also fifth stimulus. We got a big second half of this recording. I'm excited you're here. Stay with me. I'll be back with you in 60 seconds, but first, here's a little bit about the community page.
If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. then afternoons LA Late at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LA Late.
And the excitement continues right now in the second half as the RECON passes the House of Representatives. Off to the Senate we go. The senators vow to add a lot more checks in this RECON. What are those checks? The checks so far in the RECON pay you about $15,000, but more could be coming. But we turn also back to third stimulus, which pays on average $45,000 in checks. I go over the latest details. Student loan debt forgiveness, the latest on the student loan debt forgiveness, and then fifth stimulus. That money as well as we go into a big second half recording. I'm excited you're here. We're all here. You're here. I'm here. My voice, not so much. But everything else, it's deliciousness. Even the flowers are happy. And with that, subscribe. 400,000 subscribers is a YouTube record. I want you part of this incredible family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Coming up next is the big Evenings LA. It's going to be a big show tonight. Do not miss it. Then we go into Evenings Countdown and Street and Stimulus. Hey, I have to come on camera. I have to deliver you the news. And if I can deliver the news, you can show up. So do not miss Evenings LA tonight with Sunday Red. And with that, let's go into the dramatics of what's unfolding right now. The dramatics that's unfolding is that the House of Representatives passed your incredible RECON. And that RECON pays you a lot of money. It pays you on average $15,000 across the costs of checks. But now the bill is in the Senate, and the Senate is going to add other checks to it. So let's go over the details of this starting right now. On Friday, the House of Representatives passed the fourth stimulus RECON that has lots of checks across the board. And now, next step is the Senate. The senators vow they're going to be making changes. I'm going to go over those changes in just a second. But let's start with these checks. These are a lot of checks, and they pay you a lot of money. And the first check in there is paid leave and family leave. How much does it pay? It pays a fortune. It pays $1,700 a week if you make $70,000 or more per year. $800 a week if you make $35,000 or more per year. $400 a week if you make $15,000 or more per year. How many weeks? Up to 4 weeks a year. Wow, that's a lot of money. And the eligibility is deliciousness. All individuals of all income levels and all types of workers, W-2, 1099. What is paid leave? You have to stay home from work due to illness or death, not COVID related, and due to the birth of a new child. Now, how does this work if you are not employed but someone in the household is? So, for example, let's say your son or daughter lives with you or you live with them. And they take you to the doctor once a week, take off from work. Well, when they take off to work to take care of you, that's going to be a check to the household for them. It's incredible. The second money they got in this incredible RECON is the SALT cap. And that SALT cap is $10,000 under the 2017 Trump tax code reform. Now it's going to be higher. What does this mean? When you go to pay your federal tax return, you can deduct a certain amount of money you pay in state taxes. Now you'll be able to deduct $72,500 of what you pay in state and local taxes on that federal tax return. They got $40 billion of free job training. This incredible RECON. It's great. And then they got the Medicaid gap fixed. Not a day goes by with someone saying, can you explain the cheaper insurance? Yes. So there's 12 Republican holdout states where they refuse to pay for Obamacare. Those 12 holdout states will now provide, under this RECON, subsidized private insurance to low-income uninsured people in those states due to a workaround plan in the RECON. And then we come to the best part of this entire RECON, fourth stimulus RECON, which is $150 billion for housing, which includes rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, all from third stimulus, repeated under fourth stimulus. And then the new provisions of the home repairs, the weatherize your home, and also the money to buy a new home. Now, you saw those provisions from third stimulus repeated in there. This is the big news, is that you do not have to wait around for fourth stimulus to become law, because third stimulus already is law, and it's paid viewers on average on this channel, on average $45,000. Last week, I understood the situation. I've done this a long time. I've done this for over a year, and I understood the situation. You need your bills paid. You need your bills paid, and fourth stimulus is not law. Fourth stimulus is not going to vote this coming week. Fourth stimulus is not sending out a check this week. Third stimulus is. And I said, get the money from third stimulus right today. And I started bringing third stimulus back on this recording, and in 1 week, thousands of viewers have gotten countless sums of money. And that's on top of everyone who got on average $45,000 over the last few months. Jay Grant says, I've been struggling financially and I've been seeking help for a good while, but took my wife to lose her job and finally we got a little help, $4,000 for rent and help paid a portion of our light bill to the end of the year. We couldn't have done it without you, LALATE. So thank you so much. And I speak up for all of us. We really love you, Purple Power. I really appreciate that. Scarpia got snapped, so congratulations to Scarpia. Melissa says, hey, LALATE, I got $4,400 in past due rent and $3,300 of future rent. So she got almost $8,000 of rent. This was on Morning to LA today. And then I got $1,500 on electric bill. And then I got a $60 credit for electric going forward. Congratulations. So she got, 2 items, 4 items, depending on how you count. Great. And Rika got a lot of money for lumber, which is how it pays her utilities. Wow. That is what you do. So get the pen and paper ready. If that was an inspiration, it should be, because now I'm going to show you how to get the sums of money. First thing to know is that you qualify. You qualify whether you're red state or blue state, behind on the bills, not behind on your bills, married, single, elderly, not elderly, on benefits, not on benefits. You qualify for this money. So get that pen and paper ready. And if you're a member of this channel, it's even made easier because it's all in the newsletter. We're going to start first with rent, which you can get. It's on average grown to about $40,000 of rent. This was 3 months ago. The graphic was $20,000 to $30,000 of rent. Now it's grown to $40,000. So go get this money. How do you get it? 6 places featured in the newsletter. Here you go. City Hall, City House Authority. County Hall, County House Authority. State Hall, and State House Authority. Keywords you're going to say are rent assistance because of COVID. Mortgage or utility assistance because of COVID. Those are the 6 places you reach out to. A couple of things that are important to remember. Also featured in the newsletter. Number 1, you must reach out to all 6. Do not reach out to one and find a no answer and stop. That's not how you do it. Number 2, apply everywhere. So don't put one application on file and say they haven't heard back. You haven't heard back from them. Apply everywhere. Number 3, get multiple rounds and concurrent rounds. So for example, if you got rent from one organization in February, go back and get another round today. If you got rent from one organization yesterday, get rent from another organization today. You don't have to wait. You can get multiple rounds. Here's an example of someone who did something yesterday. She was in the live chat. She said, I reached out to the county. The county said there was no money. Then I called 211. Then I went on the internet and I couldn't find anything. I'm confused. You're confused because you're not listening to the video or you're not taking notes. I said 6 places you reach out to. You reached out to one county and that was it. You have 2 county places, 2 city offices, and 2 state offices. The reason why there was no money in the counties would be probably because your county is too small. That's why you have to go to the state level. That's why I show 6 places, and I also feature the 5 nonprofits. You have to follow exactly what I'm saying in this video. And that viewer didn't do it. Went only to the county and then defaulted to calling 211. That's not what you do. All right, let's do the same thing also for mortgage assistance. Utilities, wow, what a great success story. So exciting. Viewers continue to get big numbers for utilities. These were the numbers 3 months ago. Now they're going higher, $15,000 for Mark's brother-in-law. And they're expected to go higher because the Consumer Price Index number released 2 weeks ago reveals that the heating oil has gone up 49.1% year to date. So get the utilities. Remember, reach out to all utility companies. Don't reach out to one. And you're going to say utility assistance because of COVID. If you got a third stimulus check, why are you paying for food? You shouldn't. Because third stimulus, because SNAP pays you for your food. SNAP is money for food, and you get it from Department of Agriculture. Mark's brother-in-law is getting $25,000 a year. Yes, $25,000 a year. Over 10 years, you're going to get $250,000 from this channel. And this was the graphic of 3 months ago. Imagine how much it's grown. Then get multiple items. Here is a graphic of Nisi. She got 3. Nancy, she got 3. And Mark, he got 2. So Mark had 2 at $32,000. I said to Mark, go get the third. He did. And he went from 32 to 50. Now he's grown to 4 or 5 items, 6 items. He's grown to $100,000. Lorraine, she was at this with 105. Now she's at 120. I've had countless viewers get over $100,000 from third stimulus. It was interesting. If you watched Mornings LA today, which due to technical difficulty, it aired a little bit later today, there was someone in the live chat said, there's that kid, he's talking about third stimulus again. Why does he talk about third stimulus? because third stimulus is money. Do you not want money? You want money. Of course you want money. Everyone wants money. Cash, you want cash. You have bills, you want the bills paid. Fourth stimulus is not paying bills this week. Third stimulus is. And let me go over how much you can get in just a short period of a day or a few days. Johnny was a viewer who a few weeks ago started the channel with $0. By the middle of the week, he and 3 other people had gotten $45,000 from 3 items. Yes, in 3 days, he got $45,000. Why wait for fourth stimulus if you can get $45,000 in 3 days from third stimulus? It makes no sense. That's what you do. But Johnny is absolutely incredible. He did not stop at 3 items. He went to the weekend and got 7 items approved. Now, to get 7 items approved, he had to have made 15 phone calls. 15 phone calls to get 7 items approved. Remember that person early in the example? She called the county and called it quits. Called the county, couldn't find anything. I ended. That's not how you do it. Johnny called 15 places to get 7 items approved. How much did he get? 80,000. That's why he got 80,000. That other viewer got 0. He kept on calling. You're going to have a no. You're absolutely going to have a no. Johnny probably had 6 or 7 no's, but he had 7 yeses, $80,000. The second part of Johnny's story I really love, and that is what happened the following Monday. He spoke to his family members. His family members said, what have you been doing? Oh, I got $80,000 last week from this kid, LALATE, on YouTube. Oh, what did he help you get that money for? He said third stimulus. They said, Johnny, there's no money in third stimulus except a $1,400 stimulus check. I watch cable news network channels all the time. Local news, print media, they don't talk about it, so it must not exist. He says, no, it does exist. They just don't cover it. He covers it. That is the difference. And by the end of the week, those 2 family members each got $50,000. This is what's different here. This is what's different here. There's a comment post I'm posting in some of the live chats. It may sound a little bit tough, but it's tough love. There's someone who jumps sometimes sporadically in the chat says, there's no money going out from Congress this week. I said, yeah, there is. There's third stimulus money, and my viewers are getting thousands of dollars of it. You should as well. It's a common retort that I love giving because it's absolutely true. If someone wants to jump and says there's no money for anyone this week, the answer is yes, there's third stimulus money, and I'm going to show you how. Just get that pen and paper ready. If you want to learn, I'll teach you. But if you want to say there's nothing, there is nothing under fourth stimulus. There's money under third stimulus today, and who cares what the money is called so long as it's money, so long as it's U.S. currency, so long as it's green and has a Benjamin Franklin or someone on it, better than Elon Musk's face on it. So long as someone's face on it, not sirloin, someone's face that you can actually cash a dollar bill at the bank, then you're good. And that's what we do. Let's go back into fourth stimulus. We last left off at the money for housing. Well, those other provisions on housing are incredible. Those are brand new under fourth stimulus, and they are the home repairs first. That will likely be a grant check. So again, not automatic, just a grant check to you if you live in a low-income community. Number 2, weatherize your home. Likely a grant check, not dependent on the income of the community. And finally, the purchase price of your first home. We don't see any income qualification about that yet. That'll likely come to you during the escrow period before you close on escrow on the home. They also got $150 billion of in-home health care in there for seniors and also people on disabilities. Then they got in there $550 checks for my Pell Grant recipients. Great. And they got $12,500 for the purchase of a new electric vehicle. This one makes no sense, Joseph. Mr. President, this one makes no sense. What did he do here? He made a little boo-boo. Why? Because it's a new electric vehicle made in the U.S., union plant, U.S. workers. The problem is, as of 2 months ago, it was one car. How do you have a provision that has one car? It doesn't make sense. And the what did he tour this week or last week? The Hummer plant, which will qualify, but no one's buying a $120,000 Hummer with stimulus. They're just not doing it. That doesn't make sense. So what's at issue here? There are plants that qualify for them that are U.S. and they're U.S. workers and they're U.S. labor workers and they're Ford and Chrysler and GM, but they're in Mexico and they're building the Mustang, or they're in Canada and they're building another car and they don't qualify. I think it's a trade embargo violation. It violates the free trade agreements between U.S., Mexico, and Canada that says you cannot do a body of law that deters buying a product made in Mexico, even if it's made by U.S. workers. It makes no sense. So I think he's going to have to modify this language on the Senate side. What else is incredible deliciousness in this recon? Well, what's also incredible deliciousness in this recon is the other sums of money. And one of the provisions in there that comes up next, which is incredible, is the home health care and the cheaper medication. Cheaper medication is one of the best provisions of this recon, 20 years in the making. What will happen? The day after this becomes law, 20 medications will go under substantial discount because big pharma, and Medicare will have to negotiate the price of the medications. 20 medications out the door. The most expensive are like cancer, arthritis, and diabetes. For example, insulin doses will drop from $1,000 to $30 overnight. It'll grow to 28 medications by the year 2028, and then they cannot increase more than the rate of inflation per year. And if they do, there's a penalty in the recon. Penalty? I don't know. Why? Because a well-regarded guy with numbers, his name is Pat Toomey. He's a Republican senator. Says the laws of the Senate does not allow a penalty provision, and he has called upon the Senate parliamentarian to take it out. That is among the provisions she's going to look at this week, like immigration reform, which I think is coming out. She previously ruled it cannot be in recon. And then she's going to look into paid leave as well. That is potentially going to be removed as well. What's happening with those senators? Well, you see the graphic, and I show $15,000. How much money is this recon for you? It's probably $60,000. But I'm putting up $15,000 just to start. You already know that the same programs that paid you money under third stimulus were repeating $45,000 of them. And then we have the Senate changes, which come right behind that. Those senators vow to add a lot of checks on top of that. So it's going to be more than $15,000. Bernie Sanders says he's adding a lot of provisions, a good bill, but best bills in the 60s, but needs a lot of stuff to be added. So does Ron Wyden, Schumer, Sanders, Coons, all the same guys that want to give you that MSC. They vow to add provisions in there. So get that pen and paper ready because it's time to go over some of the other incredible checks in this recon. And they start right here. Universal pre-kindergarten, 3 to 4 year olds, 1 year, got it in there. Child care credit, back end, got it in there. CTC, that's the front end check, $3,600, they got it in there. Earned income tax credit, back end, 1 more year of that. Home health care, covered benefit probably. And then the hearing services, that's a voucher, front end, they got that in there. What else? Well, we talked about the housing. We talked about the Pell Grant. And we talked about the $65 per month if you're a child. So what else does Bernie want to put in there? In addition to the move to put the MSC in there, Bernie wants to do lowering the eligibility age of Medicare, dental, and vision. So lowering the eligibility age of Medicare, it's currently 65. Bernie wants it at 55. I don't see 55. I think it's too low. Bob Casey wants to do 60. I think that's not possible. Next, dental. Bernie wants to do dental, 10 years of full benefits for people on Medicare, seniors. I don't see that happening. It's too expensive. He then went to 3 years full benefits. I think that's possible. The last offer we saw for dental was a check, voucher. A $850 check in the mail per year. I don't think that is going to fly with Bernie. It's not enough money. It doesn't cover most procedures, so we'll see what happens with that $850. Finally, vision, which refers to a pair of frames and eyeglasses and an eye exam. Yeah, Bernie says an eye exam per year. That's $50 at Costco. And a pair of frames, so that's $100 at your very fine frame store down the street. And I said, just send $150 checks per year to my seniors. Oh no, says Bernie. That doesn't got it. No, not Bernie. Some of the other people. Who are these people? Who are these people that are unhappy with $150 check per year for frames and a pair of glasses? They are part of Frame Wars. They are part of Frame Wars. In the latest installment of Frame Wars, we had one viewer said Bernie needs to do reoccurring yearly checks for an eye, for a reading glass, a distance glass, and a sunglass. Wow, that's expensive. Now, in previous installments of Frame Wars, we had one viewer say $450 frames. That's what my daughter buys me. And that's what Bernie should do. No, Medicare is not shopping in Kansas for frames, or in Paris, Kansas, whichever one it is. Then we've had viewers say, I need a special trifold. Trifold? Is that an origami? What is that? Trifold glass. That has a special color. They don't always agree to the purple power, so why would they agree with purple colors? But what is the approach to Frame Wars? Let's take a look and see what's going on today with Frame Wars. that is framework. I may not have a voice, but I can dance. That is Frame Wars. Frame Wars is really a battleground because Bernie says it has to go in there. It's one of the many provisions that senators are looking at. And another provision they're looking at is the offer by executive order of student loan debt forgiveness. This is an easy one, folks. The Democrats should take it. They have an offer of $10,000 of student loan debt to be forgiven. They should take it. They can come back and ask for more next year. The president's previously forgave student loan debts for individuals who became disabled after graduation, for people who went to work in the nonprofit sector, and for people who went to work in the public sector 10 years after graduation. They should take it. Then this stimulus, very important. This stimulus heats up in January. Why? Because your benefits are going up, but not enough. COLA is a 5.9% increase for next year. Have you gotten the letter? If you haven't, don't worry. Everyone's benefits are going up 5.9% in January. SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits. But that's not enough. COLA has been left behind. COLA has been zero for many, many years, so your benefits have been undervalued before the pandemic, during the pandemic, and after the pandemic. Step one is they're going to raise your benefits up a lifetime to get caught up to where it should be right now. Then they're going to apply a new benchmark. The new benchmark is inflation because inflation moves. It moves every year, and it's always been 2 to 3%. My prediction has been 2 to 3% next December 2022, which is when they would first apply it. So says the same Jerome Powell, head of the Federal Reserve. Then they're going to remove the asset cap, remove the income cap, and remove the marriage penalty. And love is going to win, and you'll be able to do a pair dance at your own wedding and get married and no longer fear loss of benefits. Finally, if you haven't become a member, what are you doing? The membership link is under the video. Starting on Monday through Friday, the membership newsletter goes out Monday through Friday from me to you at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Features the big money under first, second, and third stimulus. It features the 6 places you reach out to for that rent. It features the keywords you say. It features the 5 nonprofits to reach out to, which also do rent and utilities with different eligibility, and then do other items like small appliances, furnaces, portable heaters. They also do homeless people in the shelters, clothing, holiday meals as well. Get that newsletter as soon as you can because the newsletter shows you how to get the sums of money. And not to toot anyone's horn or to toot my horn, the newsletter works because people learn and get a sense of, wait a second, I think I can go a little bit further on this. I've had a lot of viewers in the last 2 weeks say they have gotten items which I never thought were possible. For example, I've been telling you that the nonprofits help with holiday meals. Lorica, I believe it was, said she got holiday meals paid for by the nonprofits. Another viewer told me she got past due medical bills paid by the nonprofits. What's happening here is that people are taking the newsletter, taking the information from this video by being a member and learning better how to get the sums of money. And there you go. Consider becoming a member today. And with that, we go into my final commentary as we go into a big evening with a brand new Evenings LA show tonight. Wow, what a week and weekend it has been. But what are we looking for next week? What we're looking for next week is your focus and my focus. And I'm so excited for you. You've done such a great job. You have been with me since day one, and you know what a year ago this week looked like. We were waiting for second stimulus to pass, and we didn't have any hope at the time. At the CR for stimulus had not started. CR for stimulus and the continuing resolution hope had not yet started. And the holdouts between Nancy and Donald over second stimulus, not happening. So I know you needed money for bills, and I started getting it. I referred to it as second stimulus, but it wasn't really second stimulus. It was just at the same time as second stimulus not happening. Well, as we go into a new week, you know, because I've been briefing you, I've been keeping you up to date, you're informed that there is no Senate vote next week. There is no 4 stimulus checks going out next week. There is no 4 stimulus money next week. What is available is third stimulus. And that if you qualify for items under 4 stimulus, you certainly qualify for the items under third stimulus. There is literally almost everything you have in a household of bills to be paid under third stimulus, with the exception of maybe the house or the car. Everything, I mean the house, like the roof or the car. Other than that, almost everything is paid under third stimulus. And that money is available right now. Thank goodness there's a lot of it. And so that is why I'm laser focused with a lot of tough love to make sure you get the money. I'm so excited that in 1 week, we have literally moved mountains as a family here. I don't go more than a few hours with a new message. If you haven't sent me a message with your success story, send it to me on private message on social media. If you have and I haven't featured on air, send it again. I may have missed it. Next, it's important to understand that you can get more money. So if you've had a success story in the last 7 days with one item, get another item. Keep on getting these items. This is where you're laser focused. Anyone that jumps in the live chat and says, what date is the Senate voting? It's you're not focused right. You're not focused right. What date is the Senate voting? On what? On this? On an unfinished recon? The recon is not finished. The senators have to add more stuff to it. Why would someone ask what date is the senators voting? My presumption is they're asking the question because they're not really listening to the video. They're thinking, oh, because their check's going out to me as soon as they vote. No, you need to listen to the video because they have a lot of work to do. A lot of work does not mean 10 months, but a lot of work does not mean 10 minutes. And the senators have a lot of things they got to add to the recon. There's always going to be someone that's going to refer to Thanksgiving and refer to senators. And in regards to those type of comments, I agree with them. They can work longer hours and they aren't. They can work longer days and they aren't. They can work over the Thanksgiving weekend and they are not. But let's understand, I'm working for you and you're working together as a family. And I'm dedicated to going on camera. Why am I on camera? Why am I on camera with half a voice? I'm on camera because every time I record, I can potentially help another family put food on the table. I am on camera because every time I record, I can help pay another person's rent and not pay them myself, help show how to get their rent paid. I can help keep another person in their home with their rent paid, keep another person in their home with their mortgage paid. That is my dedication. If I can show that dedication to record for you and record with half a voice, record all next week because we're going to have a full-fledged programming all next week on Thanksgiving. If I can show that dedication to you, promise me back you'll show that dedication to yourself to pick up the phone and get the money under third stimulus. To get the money under third stimulus. Dedicate a certain amount of time per week to advocate for fourth stimulus by calling Casey, Coons, Warren, Sanders, or Schumer, and then dedicate some time to yourself for your money. I appreciate all your kind comments about my voice. It is getting better, and it will be better in about 48 hours. But keep on advocating and keep on looking for yourself. Oh, I forgot. Maybe I lost my voice because I saw some cows at the beach. I said, who did that? Is that someone I know? Well, apparently there was a YouTuber who went into a little bit way to market his channel. And to market his channel, he brought some cows to Santa Monica Beach. I mean, who would do that? Who would bring talking cows to a Santa Monica Beach to promote a YouTube channel? I mean, I don't know anyone who would do that. It just sounds a little bit outrageous. But, and one of the talking cows actually has a cryptocurrency. I mean, do people really do this on YouTube? But apparently this person did it, and it was in Santa Monica. Did you miss the video? If you did, I have the video for you. And thank you for joining me. Join me next on Evenings LA, a big new show. I'll be in my Sunday Red, and then we have Evenings Countdown, Stream Stimulus, and Sirloin. And with that, subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this incredible family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, and consider becoming a member. Make that advocacy calls. Make those calls for your third stimulus money. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay with LA for more.